Something's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen.
We are live, friends. We are having to pivot slightly because we are down to only 3 players somehow this evening. So rather than try and run a potential fight, because that is what was kind of coming up in the forefront, we're gonna try to pivot and do a quest with 3 random new characters that we are making up on the spot. So welcome to the chaos. And I'm gonna call this one shot the Cursed Ship. So there you go.
Off to a great start.
Off to a great start.
Coin. No.
Whoever would like to go first, please describe your character and what their name is.
I haven't come up with a name yet.
Pick one.
All right,
It's a one shot. It don't have to be deep.
All right, I'll go. So what we have that I'm playing today is a very raspy sounding LIRR train conductor who doesn't know how he got here, but decided he's gonna play what he knows, and what that looks like is a big New York City rat. A big New York City rat in a just slightly too big tunic that is belted at the waist to the point where you see a little bit underneath, trousers that get cut off to where the leg starts to digigrade into bare feet from fur feet, got a long little tail with the only bangle he owns is on the end of that tail, and this is Donnie.
Donnie. Love it. He's Donnie.
All right. Hayes, do you want to go next?
I just decided on the class.
Okay.
According to my coin, I chose Ranger.
Okay.
And I'm thinking a raccoon person. No, wait. No. Hold on. Possum. I'm going to be a possum ranger. And let's see. Their name is going to be Maurice, and also go by Maury.
Oh man, I should have made this a Temple of Lorado thing. It would have been so funny.
You still can. You have time.
I have time. Maybe next one shot where we're down to 3 players. For those of you who have not listened before, the Temple of Lorado is the temple of love, romantic and platonic, and therefore home to all of the drama one can sink one's teeth into, should you have one. So Maury Povich would be right at home. But instead we have Maury Possum, who is a ranger.
Yes.
And Kristen, do we have your character yet?
Yes. I am a going invoker, fox. I'm gonna look like a fox, particularly they call it black morph of a red fox, so it's kind of a standard cross. I'm black and gray and red coloring, almost tabby-like coloring. So like her snout is going to be black that fades into like gray, and then the ears are red.
Okay, kind of like,
and then there's like this red
fox.
Yeah,
gotcha,
more European fox. Yep.
Gotcha.
Yeah, just a coloration of black, gray, and red. Her name is oh, I just wrote it down. Hold on. Where was it?
I gotta take notes now. Hang on.
Yeah. Her name is Widow Tweed.
Okay. Is Widow a title or the actual first name?
Oh no, her first name is Widow.
Okay.
Last name Tweed.
Just checking. Just checking. I'm sorry, Hayes. What was your character's first name again? Maurice. Never mind. I got it. My brain blinked. All right, and Widow Tweed is. An
is an
invoker, I
invoker.
believe you said?
Yes. And she is wearing very, just a simple tunic with a little vest. She's got a little purple hat, like a little purple hat that she wears, and her ears are poking out through it, so it's got holes. She's almost like a bucket hat that she wears. It's a little purple bucket hat, and just some pants, and she doesn't wear shoes.
Hey, me neither. Me neither.
Her
Shoes are
little
for work.
her
not
little
to play.
foxy toe beans are out.
Foxy does. Alright. Well, I am going to say that you, two of you are players. One of you is an NPC. So, Hayes being the NPC, I'm going to say that you are showing these nice new people who are not local to this area around, particularly the Portside district, where you have been spending the more recent areas of your day. The festival has kind of wrapped up, ending in a rather large amount of chaos, so the ports are a little bit busier because people are leaving town now.
Right?
And you guys are just kind of making your way around town, seeing what there is to see. Portside is a rather long district along the eastern coast of Starlight City, but it's got lots of taverns, lots of things going on. What do you think your character would be drawn to show them?
Well, let's see. We are portside, so I'm going to show them the best fish and chips stand that I know of.
Ooh.
Because you got to cover the basics. You need food to get through the day, to keep your energy up, and then we can do some fun stuff later. Because food is important. It's priority.
It's true. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to keep up this voice, but I'm going to try.
So, I know a guy.
Yeah.
His
This
name...
little voice.
Yeah. His name is Roberto, and he has this little stand that's on wheels, and he fries up the fish all nice and crisp, and he does these potato rectangle things, right? All crispy and with oil and herbs, and it's just... I'm salivating just talking about it. So,
Listen, bud, you said it came from a cart. You had me sold. Let's go.
Let's go.
One additional thing with Donnie, because I don't think I said, is Donnie is actually a magician, and he didn't realize he'd be so short as a rat person in the game, so he has a giant stick to just tap taller people to recognize that he's down there, so he doesn't get squished.
My brain just handed me Donnie's magician staff as being just a lead pipe. Like, just... Maybe PVC with a little, like, knob on the end.
Wait a second.
Do you have a lead pipe?
No.
Oh, just...
But I have this from the one time I LARPed.
All right, so you lead your friends to your favorite fish and chip stand.
Yeah.
Hey,
Robbie.
What's up, kid? You here for some fish?
Yes.
All right.
And maybe your bits too. The leftover crispy, crunchy things. I like those.
You know I always got bits.
Yes.
You do a half portion of fish, I got a little stomach.
For you? Yeah, I guess so. And you watch him take a probably not that clean knife and cut a piece of fish in half, batter it real quick, and toss it in the fryer for you.
Oh, that's so much cleaner than I'm used to. Thank you, bud. You're real thoughtful.
You're welcome. I washed it yesterday.
That's cleaner than I'm used to.
To be fair, most of the fish that he has been chopping today is very fresh because it just came in right off the ocean, literally probably from a block away. This is a marketplace that has lots of fresh fish. It's got lots of like supplies coming in and out of the port. Portside is what it says on the tin, pretty much. It's a lot of shipping. It's a lot of trading going on. The merchant house of Manthus is a couple of blocks down the way. You've got some space to wiggle around, but lots of comings and goings, lots of trading.
Very excited for this fish.
Now tell me really quick, what is Robbie? Obviously he's an NPC, but like, what does he look like?
You know what? A Maine Coon. He looks like it, like an ashy black. Like starts off black, but kind of gray towards the ends, kind of smoky, with whiskers that are a little crooked towards the ends, and big, well, as big as a Maine Coon could be. They're little. They're supermodels for cats. Let's be honest.
Super fluffy.
Super fluff.
Asking for another game. Is he single?
For which game? For which game? I want to know.
We know which game. We know which game. Don't act like we don't know which game. We know which
Starts
game.
with D, ends with Lacey.
I was actually thinking this might be more Archie's cup of tea, because so far Archie has been like, ooh, look at that handsome bear man with scars and a missing arm, and ooh, look at that rugged horse stable woman who's probably covered in animal feces. It could be either, is all I'm saying.
Oh, look at all this. Look at all this personification of my parental neglect issues. Yeah.
Right, and his eyes are they're green.
Okay. Does he have a docked ear or no?
I'd say he has on the left ear, the tip looks like it was like bitten off, while there is a like a triangular stylized chunk out of like a short sleeve shirt, or a shirt that meets his elbows, kind of a boat neck, but it dips. No, not dips. It like there's a triangle in the middle there.
Okay.
He has an apron, of course, because handling meat and things.
Okay, I got that in my notes.
And I'm feeling he wears a bandana too, but that could be because of other character designs I've made.
I will agree to apron and a short sleeve shirt for sure. All right, I've got that in my notes. You guys are all served some nice fish and chips. What do you want to do from here?
Donnie's looking around for any like seating situation, or if this is a like eat as you walk food situation, because you can do both.
You've basically approached a food stall at this point. It's not like he's got a favorite corner, but like it's not a situation where it's an official business necessarily, but nobody's gonna stop him.
Okay. Yeah, I can imagine the food's like wrapped up in parchment paper or something. It's kind of in a cone, like the fries are like towards the cone part and the fish is on top.
It's probably wrapped in today's newspaper.
Precisely. So you can dine while you walk, and throw away the trash later.
I have my little bird right now. One, sorry, Donnie keeps evolving, so I keep adding details, but he does also wear a magician's cloak with the hood up because that's what a magician should look like in his head.
I mean,
Legit.
fair.
Long cloak on him, hood up, the staff, which is also good for tapping taller people, like I said. And he does this very cool thing where he's able to hold the staff like this and eat as he goes. But that top part is just kind of swinging
Yeah. And
for everyone's kneecaps.
oh no, Widow Tweed, what are you up to?
Yeah, she's just kind of taking it all in, walking around, enjoying the time. She also orders the fish and chips and kind of just eating, and she's very, very quiet, doesn't talk a lot. But when she does, it's very soft and very lilting. She likes to laugh a lot. She finds everything funny. Everything is funny.
So we've been in this game for a hot second at this point, right? So would we know to like other players have the journals?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. So Donnie's gonna look at the guide, gonna look at the Widow Tweed, sidle up to Widow Tweed, be like, "You can actually taste this shit. This sauce. This is amazing.
I know, right? It's
And
amazing.
it's good. And it's good.
Like, I've never had fish and chips.
What?
This is quite delicious. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I'm a bit of a snot when it comes. You know, if it had been a lobster roll, I'd be a little more judgy. But it's some pretty good vittles.
Vittles.
Where you from that you never had some fish and chips, sweetheart?
I'm from Arizona.
Oh, that makes sense. It's dry.
Trips there. Now you give me some chili con carne, and it's a day. It's a day.
Can you repeat that? A
Chili
finger
con
like
carne?
in a little rat ear.
Have you never had chili con carne?
I barely leave the end of the island.
The island. Where are you from?
Long Island, Mid Island, technically.
Oh,
How much?
you're a Yankee.
Want to run by me again? Little tap. Want to run by me again?
My father always said that those from up there are Yankees. Is that true?
Kinda, I think.
Ah,
Enjoy your first fish and chips. It's pretty good.
it is. It is.
Okay,
Now, if only I could find a taco.
Maurice, you are able to lead your friends to a less crowded dock. There's not a ship parked there. So you guys are able to sit back on top of some discarded empty crates or just kick your feet off the side of the dock and enjoy the nice ocean weather. It's a nice sunny day. There's a nice light breeze. You can smell the salt in the air. As well as, you know, the smell of fish because it is a market area. But I feel like that just adds to your food choice to some extent.
Yeah.
I'm gonna offer up my fish to one of the others. Like, can you hold this for a second? I can't jump onto a crate and hold this.
Yeah, I'll hold it for you.
And he's gonna use his stick to just pole vault up, like how rats jump, but just like, yeah.
Here you go.
Thank you very much. That was a good place. You know, a lot of good places like that.
Oh yeah, I know all kinds of food places. There's if you're in the mood for soup and bread, there's this place called the Crock and Bowl, which is a little bit more in townward, but
Oh yeah,
it's
like
nice.
it's fully across town.
Fully across town. Like it'll take you half the day just to get there, but
Do you see how little I am?
We can take the
I think
train.
half a day's being generous.
But yeah, if you're like more inward of the city, and you need a place to crash, uh, Mr. Balthy's really good at taking people in. Doesn't really charge rent or anything, but good guy.
That's fantastic because I didn't know quite where to go the other day. I think I wound up sleeping outside. I don't remember. So,
I
so are
mean,
these?
up,
Go on, sugar. I'm not going to interrupt the lady.
oh, I was just saying, sleeping outside is wondrous. You do not like sleeping outside?
Not where I live. The gulls get you.
Goals.
We have scorpions, but there's ways to avoid them.
Do they actually? Do you find them in your shoes in the morning sometimes?
Yeah. It's why I keep my shoes under a black light, because a lot of them glow. So that way
That
you can always tell when there's a scorpion in your shoe.
a poisonous thing glows and hides in your shoes. I am never going down south.
A black light.
That's a nightmare. It's this trick. It's this trick thing. It's like it's like a magic candle that instead of making firelight, it makes sunlight. So anything that would react away to sunlight, it reacts to that. It's high level stuff, though.
So okay, so is it like a spell or
More like an enchantment, I think.
fair enough?
Leans over to whisper to Widow, like, how am I doing in this roleplay shit?
Fantastic. You're doing so well.
Ah, cool. I did a little bit of the LARP when I was younger, but that was a long time ago.
Oh, that's understandable.
As you guys dig into your food, you're able to polish it off pretty quick. Fish and chips go pretty fast, and you just got one portion. You start hearing the sound of crying at a distance.
Activated. And I'll actually use my first move of the game, which is to spend 1 AP. I am going to lose track of these if I don't write it down, but the stick must be held. I'm going to spend 1 AP to use the conjuration move Little Bird, where I summon a little illusionary bird somewhere nearby. It keeps a watch over an area that it can see. It remains there until you dismiss it, and you may only have one little bird at a time.
Yeah.
You share a telepathic link with the bird. It will message when it witnesses something you specify, like a specific creature entering a room or door opening. The bird will wake you up to tell you what it sees if you are sleeping. And because I am playing who I am playing, it is a pigeon.
Nice.
It is a standard New York pigeon, and summons it to the top of his stick, and he goes, "Go see if you can see who's crying."
Okay. You send your bird out to try and locate the source of the noise, and it's a little way down. The sound is carrying a little bit, so it takes the bird a little bit of time to find the source of the sound. But it eventually comes to land near a youngish teenager who appears to be just crying at the foot of a building with his back kind of up against a wall.
I feel like when the bird starts like transmitting what it's seeing, Donnie's eyes like do that thing where they roll up a bit, and he's like, "All right, looks like it's a teenager, and I think it's that way." And points with his stick. Like, "You coming?" to Widow.
Of course. Lead the way.
"You coming?" to I forgot what your character's name was. Hayes, help me.
Maurice.
Maurice.
You coming?
Maurice shrugs and crumples the newspaper, stuffs it into the backpack that he was wearing, Sure, why not?
I appreciate you. Also, it'll be very helpful to not get lost.
Just for the record, the newspaper does have stories about the king being attacked, which happened yesterday, as well as the fire that had happened the night prior to the king getting attacked. There's news about both of those things in there.
Of course it does.
About
Do you,
recovery efforts and whatnot.
That's
Shadow's
Maurice's
attack
opinion of
being one of the big
so.
headlines.
These nobles are always trying to be assassinated or whatnot. Meh.
is that like going to crumple his paper? Like, yeah, is that common?
Well, it's not uncommon.
Just like these rats always trying to get one another. I'm having too much fun.
You are. You're having a great time. You guys, follow the path that the little bird shows you, and you are able to find this teenager, crying somewhat quietly. You must have been able to hear him because of the sound carrying, but he's really not being very loud as he's sitting there crying, and nobody seems to be going over to help him.
Little bird's gonna just do that little pigeon walk over as the sort of introductory to all these people that are about to engage.
Boop, boop, boop.
Hops onto the shoe. Gives a little nuzzle to get his attention.
The kid looks up, and I'm gonna say, okay. No, actually, I'm gonna make you guys pick. What is this kid?
Ooh. We're down by the wharf. We are...
I will tell you, he is wearing what you would expect to see on a ship's boy. So his clothes are very sailor-oriented. But beyond that, what race do you want him to be?
It'd be so easy to go albatross or seagull or ship's cat.
Though if we wanted to be poetic, either a rooster or a pig, though. Because sailors would get those tattooed on either foot as a good luck or warding for don't drown, basically.
Oh, yeah.
We haven't seen a porcine person yet.
Okay.
Need a little piggy?
Little piggy.
A little piglet?
Is that I heard porcine and Donnie just jumped into my head going, yeah, I'm a Sagittarius. I don't know what.
All right. You see this little pig folk. I'm gonna say he's more like a boar. He's got little tusks coming out of his mouth, and he looks up at this bird, and there's little tears coming down his face. He's got the stripes because he's still pretty young.
I was just about to ask if he had the stripes.
He's
still.
got the stripes. He's. You're gonna guess he's probably 13 or 14, just looking at him. Just based on the other characters that you've seen in the game, he seems consistent with the size that you would expect of a younger teenager. And he looks from the bird, and then up at you guys, and goes, "Please, will you help me?"
So what's the matter? What's the matter, kid?
My ship, my captain has. My ship is cursed, and I need help.
Oh, that's some serious shit. I'm looking at my book real quick. Sorry.
You're all good.
He's just gonna produce.
People, but they won't believe me.
He's gonna pull a little handkerchief from his side pouch. All right, kid, just dry your eyes. You don't need tear stains.
He wipes his eyes, little pat pats, and he goes to blow his nose, and then thinks better of it and hands it back.
I appreciate the consideration, kid. That's my only one.
I know my captain's a terrible man, but they're the only family I have. Please, will you help me?
Can you define terrible?
Well, I'm a ship's boy for the Black Jester. And Hayes, I will say that your character knows the Black Jester is the name of a pirate ship with a particularly notorious captain who is an asshole.
Oh joy. Okay. So
You know this guy?
I know of him.
What are we looking at here?
Notorious raider.
So like a pirate?
Be a pirate.
A pirate, yeah.
Is
Ooh,
is
I
pirate
love
is pirate is pirate what you shouldn't say terribly loud? You speak it awful soft.
For our friends' benefit, I'm talking softly.
Okay. Okay.
I love pirates.
The bird has hopped onto this kid's shoulder and is just giving little like cheek nuzzles like there, it's okay.
He's still tearing up, even though he handed you back your napkin. He's still tearing up a little bit. He goes, "Please, I've been asking everyone, but everyone hates my captain, and I know he's a terrible man. He's done terrible things, but he's family to me."
Alright, now look, at least I'm not gonna speak for these guys, but at least for me, your captain sucking doesn't make no matter. You're in distress. So what is this curse that's going on?
I don't know, but we crewed on and we attacked this other ship. We think it was from Cantoria, but we're not really sure. We took over the things on board, and they found this weird idol, and then they all started acting funny. And as soon as we pulled into port, it was terrible. And I was able to get off, and they're still parked, but I don't parked. They're still anchored, but I don't know what's happening.
But what sort of things are happening? Like, what is stuff like floating and moving on its own? Are people acting not themselves? Like,
They're
what
not
sort
acting
of thing?
themselves. They're acting very strangely, and they keep all of the cargo wrapped up and tucked away in this one little section, and there's black smoke coming out of their mouths, and I don't know what's happening.
You've seen The Conjuring, right? leaning over to a widow, like, you've seen The Conjuring, right?
I think they're possessed.
It sounds like possessed, yeah.
Let's figure it. I like pirates. Let's go do this.
I like cursed shit. Let's do this.
I don't have any money to give you, but if you would help my captain, I'm sure he would be, well, I don't know that he would be grateful. But I can try to talk him into rewarding you, and maybe he'll give you a ride somewhere, or maybe we'll give you something out of the hold that isn't cursed.
Listen, normally I'd be all over that sailing out with you thing, but I am a rat, and ships and rats don't always tend to go well. We'll talk afterwards. Okay. We'll talk afterwards. Help first, payment later.
This young sailor, whose name, by the way, is Hamish McLean.
Oh my god!
Which is funny. He's a pig named Ham. I actually had picked up the name before you said pig, and I was like, that's fucking great. That's perfect. But he leads you to a small rowboat that he had clearly come ashore in, that he has anchored not too far away from where he was. He was outside of a tavern trying to convince somebody to go help him, and everybody was like, I am not messing with that crew. Absolutely not. And he says, this is my boat. We can row back to the ship from here.
Oh, fantastic. He's such a well-prepared little youngster. How old are you, kid?
14.
Oh, you're a baby. All right, let's get in this boat.
No, I'm really big. Everybody says I keep getting bigger.
Oh, well, kid, you're bigger than me right off the bat, so...
You look like a fine gentleman.
Thank you.
She gets into the boat and takes an oar. Like, are we going?
Right. Yep.
You guys head off towards this ship, and as you get closer, you see that this is the most cursed-looking ship without the help of a cursed idol. It is like Black Pearl level pirate chaos going on. It is the stereotypical pirate ship that you would see. in any property where the villain lives.
Widow is imagining getting one of those really cool pirate hats that has like the plume, like just like this nice plumage that comes out from it. Like that's what she eventually wants, like with the one side folded up and this big, huge plumy feather coming from it.
Buccaneer,
Thinking out. Yes,
privateer hat.
very, very Buccaneer type hat. Just very excited that she's about to get on a pirate ship.
Okay.
Donnie's like, I
Glorious.
want
She
to scuttle.
sees that hat. It's hers.
Donnie's like, I'm gonna scuttle all over that thing.
You
Like,
guys are able to
homie.
row out. Actually, I was gonna say it is 8:50. Do we want to take a bathroom break and then we'll start the ship after we get back?
Yes,
Okay.
sounds
Yes.
good to me.
We'll be back in 10 to 15 minutes here, gang.
Hope you're having fun.
Chaos.
Chaos!
Has ensued.
we are back on our pirate adventure. How's everybody doing?
Doing good. I'm having a
Jazz.
great time. I'm having a great time.
Yep. Let's do this.
All right. You were previously rowing towards the boat, and you have arrived at this extra spooky ship. You don't currently see anybody on deck, which seems very strange for a ship, but it is currently anchors down, so it's not moving anywhere. So hypothetically, it's kind of safe. It is a pirate ship, so, you know, someone might take offense, but currently, all is well on board. What do you want to do?
Maybe they're below deck.
Yeah, in
Well,
boxes.
Well,
He meant to mutter that under his breath, and he did not do that. Went over to Hamish. If everybody else dies on the ship, do you get it? Like, are you the captain now?
Honestly, I don't know.
A hell of a promotion if he is. Let's go find out if that's the case.
Should I come on board with you? Or should I stay here?
Do you want to come on board with us?
I don't know.
Do you know any, like, magic stuff or anything like that?
To be truthful, sir, I haven't really got most of my training done. I've been slacking on my studies.
We'll talk about that later.
You get the sense that this kid does not have many skills, if any.
Okay.
Probably has no traditional learning where he would have picked up his basic 6 skills.
Oof. Okay, you know what? Do you feel safer in the rowboat or on shore?
I can stay here. I don't want to leave you behind in case something goes bad, but you don't know about your way around the ship either, so I don't want to be a burden. You have to tell me what to do. I'm sorry.
You know what? Yeah, come up on here, because I don't know boats like this.
Okay. And he clambers up to join you on board.
All of this, gesturing with the stick with the bird still perched on it, this is all definitely cursed. You got yourself a big ol' curse.
Oh, okay.
So where is the stuff stored?
Oh, they were keeping the things that they were guarding in the storage hold. So I think they're down there.
All right. You lead the way.
Okay, well, first off, this is the deck. Over here is the captain's quarters. I don't know if he's in there right now. He was looking mighty strange. Over there is the ship's wheel. If you want to turn the ship, that's where you go. But obviously we want to go down there. And he gestures to the cargo hold. And you don't see any light down there. It's pitch black. More so than you would expect. Because usually, like, light will filter down from above into the cargo hold from, like, that mesh covering. You can't see anything down there.
That is not happening here.
Stopped. The rendering stopped at the grate thing. Yeah.
So I do have the light magic trick. I don't know if it creates a sustainable light, or is it just a quick burst of light?
You watch as a Widow pulls out a dagger and goes, "Copper," and then the dagger just lights into flame, and she holds it above her head. She goes, "Come in."
That's neat. Yeah,
she's gonna
I'm absolutely coming.
She's gonna spend 1 AP to cast Fiery Avenger.
Okay.
When you speak the phrase of power, it ignites your weapon in a magical flame of any color. This color is like a soft, like white color that projects light.
Okay.
While the weapon is on fire, it acts as a torch that casts light nearby. The flame increases the weapon's damage by 1, and it persists until I roll a failure or worse on an attack with the weapon.
Okay, cool.
Right on.
Just for the record, a failure is a 5 or lower.
Got it.
You are now able to see if you decide to head down into the cargo hold.
Down we go.
Let's do this.
Maurice is going to prepare his crossbow
Okay.
and make sure it's loaded and cocked. His finger is going to be off the trigger, of course. He's going to, just hold it, but he's prepared in case something goes south.
Okay. Very good.
The bird flutters down to Donnie's shoulder instead of being on top of the stick because that stick is the first line of defense for Donnie.
All right. You guys head into the dark cargo hold. Even with the sword as your light source, you can only see so far. There's this kind of like haze that hangs in the air. This very hello haze. This very like smoky aspect to it that just feels weird, and it's cold down here.
So is this what you thought you'd be doing with your day, Maury?
Nope.
You okay with it?
I'll go first.
I appreciate that.
All right. Hamish sort of gestures the way to the stairs that would lead further down into the cargo hold, because it's kind of one of those things where you go from one end, kind of go to one side, and then come back down. So you have to walk a little bit of ways, and you start hearing sounds around you. Shuffling.
What?
Hey, cut that out! I watch ghost hunting shit. Fuck off.
Oh, what color dye should I use today?
Oh,
What are my options?
Oh goodness.
Purple and green.
I've got a black one, a dark blue one, a light blue one, a medium blue one, green. Actually, I have a couple that are sea glass colored.
Ooh, sea glass might be an idea.
Okay,
Sea
do you want?
glass.
I've got light blue, I've got dark blue, I've got regular blue, and hang on, I can't. They're all sea glass, but they're
Green.
all
Green.
blues. Yeah, there's one green.
I'm going with the green one.
I think
green
blue.
one.
Which blue? There's 3. Hang on, me.
The lighter one, I think.
Lightest one? Alright, we're going
My
light.
lightest one. How dead am I?
oh no.
So from out of the dark steps the most cursed looking man with this full Blackbeard style lit on fire beard that kind of looks like tentacles going off into spirals, with smoke coming out of his mouth and from the tips of his beard, and his eyes are bright red. He's got elven ears and is this absolutely towering, terrifying figure clad in all black, and he takes a swing at you with his sword, rolling a natural 20.
Oh, I'm dead.
Please give
Oh.
me a roll to see if
Oh,
you
God.
dodge.
What die do I use for Donnie, you little asshole? Fuck.
You
Donnie, no!
And I promise.
I got a blue and black one. Let's see. Ah,
Please not.
that's a 3.
Oh, buddy. You take 4 points of damage to your 10
Ow.
health.
As he gets just slashed, he just avenge me.
Donnie!
By the way, you have 10 HP, just for the record. But he
Yep.
has taken out.
Well, not anymore.
You as
done
you get attacked, you hear Hamish cry, "Captain, no!" You have met the captain. Congratulations.
Of course it's the captain.
Oh man, your captain really does suck. Jesus.
He's not so bad. I mean, he is sort of bad, but he's always been nice enough to me.
Is this normal?
Who would like to go next? Because we're doing
Me,
popcorn
please.
initiative.
Up.
Okay.
Go on, Maurice. I'm literally, as far as like how we are walking, I'm the tallest, so I'm definitely going to be in the back. The short
Right.
people ahead of me go.
This issue of
No.
Redwall's weird.
I'm using another D20 that has a hedgehog in it. I rolled an 11,
Okay. So
and
that's a
I'm going
success.
to use uh I'm going to use Deadeye, and I'm going to aim for a leg.
Okay. Sounds good. You are successfully able to. Are you using the 3 AP version or the 0 AP version?
0.
Okay. So you've already rolled an 11. You're good to go. You do 2 damage to his leg. Wait, actually, let me double check what Deadeye says because I forget. I know we just looked at this, but brain says no.
Let's see. Whenever you roll a 20 with a ranged weapon, okay, you
Yeah,
can
I don't think
name
you
a
can use that
specific
unless you
limb.
roll a
Okay.
20.
I
But you
can't
could,
call dibs.
yeah. But you can, if you'd like to, I will still let you use the 3 AP to use Deadeye.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so you use 3 AP.
This is kind of an emergency. So
And returning the favor back to the captain, you shoot him in the leg for 4 HP. He does not even flinch. He doesn't seem to even feel it.
ah shit.
Oh, great. He's on something, too. Fuck.
You start hearing more shuffling in the dark, drawn to the sound.
Yeah, nope. Nope. Not no. Uh-uh. Uh-uh. No. No. Nope.
Who would
No.
like to go next?
Widow, if you have something, like, loaded and ready to go ahead. I'm between 2 things.
Yeah, so I could cast something that might kill him. I
Oh,
don't know if we
no.
want to do that.
Well, how this is just a video game is, Widow.
Well, I don't want to upset Hamish by killing the captain.
Look, as far as we know, Captain dies. Hamish is the new captain. Fuck. You know what? Fuck that guy. Kill him. I'm not exactly feeling compassionate to the guy.
Are you saying that out loud where Hamish can hear?
No.
Okay.
I think he's like hiss whispering it like, I'm not exactly feeling compassionate to the guy. Maybe I'm not the best judge of what you should do next.
She doesn't want to insta-kill him at this point.
Okay.
Don't know if she could, but she doesn't want to right
What
this
move are you
moment.
thinking of using?
Smite.
Smite, oh golly. Hang on.
It unfortunately cost me 5 AP. But I speak a word or phrase and condemn a nearby creature that you can see. You engulf the creature in radiant flame, hitting it for 10 HP. If the damage dealt is enough to kill the creature, it explodes into ash, and its body and spirit are permanently obliterated. If you destroy a creature with smite, roll a die. On a 2 to 20, nothing happens, but on a 1, the creature's spirit becomes a dark passenger in your mind. You never know when it may decide to speak to you or observe your behavior.
You want to become haunted by this pirate captain?
I do not.
Hey, if you get haunted by the pirate captain, do you then become the pirate captain? Would this be the Widow Tweed?
Are you now the captain?
Yeah, like, what's the rules here?
Jones here, I could smite and roll a 1. And then become the captain. I am the captain now.
Do you wanna use smite or do you wanna use something else?
I don't know. Chaos is telling me to use smite.
I do have an idea I can try if you want a little more time to think of this.
No, I think I'm just going to use Thunderous Word.
Okay.
But I'm going to step up and make sure that Hamish and everybody else is behind me when I do this. And I'm going to spend 2 AP, and I'm going to shout "Boomer" as I push my hand forward.
Boomer.
Boomer?
Boomer, boomer. And then
You.
from my hand, it releases a thunderous shockwave in the direction that I'm facing.
Okay.
And the wave knocks up to 3 characters backward and hits them for 2 damage each. Creatures affected by this spell are briefly dazed and cannot use special abilities during their next turn.
Okay.
Okay.
You hear not only the captain kind of get knocked backwards. I'm gonna say roughly knocked prone is my thinking, because it doesn't exactly say that they should do that, but I'm gonna say that it knocks them backwards because they're not fully into their faculties and kind of upends them. You hear something else behind him hit the deck in the darkness. So you've knocked at least 2 creatures over.
Oh, yeah.
I will say real quick that Maurice, since he's a possum, his tail is prehensile. So it's going to wrap around Donnie, specifically around his wound to have pressure on it. And start backing him up towards the stairs to get back on the deck.
No! I still got fighting me. We're here to do a job.
Do it from a distance.
I guess that leaves. Does that leave me or the others or the enemies?
I think you are the only person left. The enemies are currently laying flat on their backs around this storage area and can't use abilities on you.
Okay.
But you also don't know where the rest of the crew is.
You
do know that
actually
the idol in question is in the lower storage area.
So I'm going to spend 1 AP to cast Magic Eye, and I'm going to use Magic. You briefly gain the ability to see beyond physical reality. For the next hour, you're able to see the following. Magic. A faint aura surrounds any person or object currently affected by magic. And illusion. Any illusory creature or object slightly flickers, but you do not see its true form.
Okay.
So he's going to cast, spend the 1 HP to cast Magic Eye, and it's going to make his eyes glow a very light blue.
Okay.
And he casts it by saying, "Oh, fuck this shit." And he's looking to see if the captain is under the effect of whatever magic was on this idol they found, or if he could even possibly pinpoint where the source of it is.
Okay. You can definitely tell that all of the smoke around you is in some way magical. You think it may be what is affecting the sailors so much. You can see both the captain and the figure would probably be outlined by your magic eye. They're both lying prone. They are both affected. And you can probably make out the red eyes of the other figure laying down on the floor.
How many guys are in proximity to worry about?
You just see the 2.
Okay. And so, seeing that, he's going to take that handkerchief out of his pocket again, tie it around his mouth, and to the other 2 say, "Cover your mouths. There's the smoke, some magic shit. Don't breathe that in. It's going to give you mesothelioma or some shit. I don't know."
Okay. Hamish is gonna follow your advice as well and tuck his shirt up over his little snout, and say, "What do we do?"
Looking at Maury, we gotta find the thing, because if we find the thing, that's the cause of the shit. Then the shit stops. But we gotta get past those two, at least first. And I am already injured. Take my bird.
That was the perfect. Take my bite.
Take my bird.
All right. What do you guys want to do?
Well-
can I have the bird do stuff?
Absolutely.
He's just a little guy. He is not a combat bird. He's just a little bird. Let me just go back up to where he is. So, share a telepathic link with the bird. Could I potentially have that bird go past the two prone pirates further into the ship to start looking for the idol, because we have a telepathic link? Therefore, does the bird have the magic eye that I have on?
The bird does not have the same magic eye, but it will go looking for something specific. It is itself illusory, so it won't be affected like you guys would be.
Okay, so I'm going to send take my bird, and the bird is going to fly forward. Like, yeah, look for the thing! Look for the thing! You can do that! You're brave! And I'm going to have the bird go and scout ahead for the idol.
Illusory pigeon friend takes off. You can see it as it travels down, and it eventually dips downwards to where you can kind of make out the edge of a stairwell, potentially, because that's where it kind of disappears. You see railings, and then it's just under. And you can follow it with your mind's eye where it's going, and you start seeing this hazy red glow amidst all of that black, and it's super black in there. But that red glow is at the middle, and you see a series 10, 12, 14, maybe even 16 red eyes all staring directly at this idol that sits in the middle up on top of the crates. And it appears to be a statue of some variety.
Guys, I got bad news. It gets worse.
What kind of worse?
What do you mean it gets worse?
So, down where the idol is, there's a lot more of these guys, and they're all fucked up. And the smoke turns red, and it's all coming out of this idol thing, this little fucking statue. It's always a little fucking statue. And I think the rest of the crew is around it, like, protecting it almost. And I don't know if my bird can pick up the statue. He is an illusion.
I suppose you couldn't turn him into a monkey, could you?
Nah.
Damn.
I got the magic's got limits.
Well,
the magic's got limits. I clearly got limits. But there's a lot more guys further down than just these two, and just the one guy fucked me up pretty good. I'm good at distracting. I am good at misdirecting. What are you guys good at?
Miss Widow, could you make a hole in the floor?
Hole?
Just this one, not through the whole ship. We don't need this shit sinking. I'm not a good swimmer. I can get from one end of the pool to the other, but like I can only tread so long. I have little legs. They're very, very thin.
Oh nope! I can only cast that if no enemies are nearby.
I mean, the two that are there are prone. I don't know if that factors into it at all. I was
gonna say you guys might need to figure this out faster. Because they are going to start getting up if you leave them to linger.
Remember, the T-Rex, when the T-Rex is looking at you, it's looking at you.
I mean, we could barrel past them, but then there's the crowd underneath.
That is the worrisome part. Although, we're all smaller than the average, like, humanoid, yeah?
I think based on your descriptions, maybe.
Yeah.
Would that give us any kind of advantage to, like, say having a smaller hitbox making us harder for these bigger creatures to hit?
Probably not. They're used to,
Okay.
you know, they're people who've grown up in this world. They're used to various different peoples being different heights.
And
But what
they're
if we're
pirates.
super fast?
You can try it. I'm just saying.
I already did. I already did my thing, or I'd be like, oh, I'll try splitting image and have all three of me go.
I mean, if you want to, you can, because the other enemies are currently prone.
True.
Yeah.
So I'll go, I have an idea. I'll spend one more HP. God, I'm spending so much fucking AP.
It's a one shot. Burn it.
It's a one shot. Let's do this.
I'm almost equal on AP and HP. It's insane. But he's going to cast Splitting Image. You vanish momentarily, reappearing with two illusory duplicates at your side. Your duplicates travel alongside you and perfectly mimic all your movements. If a creature attempts to target you, the guide must flip a coin. If it turns up heads, you are targeted. On tails, one of your duplicates is targeted. If one of your duplicates takes damage, it disappears.
Okay.
But you gotta hit me first. And you've
I
already
do
done it
have
once.
a coin handy.
You have what?
I do have a coin handy. Want it?
Okay, so you cast illusory doubles of yourselves, and what do you just decide to like try to rush down there and grab the statue? It's not a huge statue. It's probably roughly the same size as you, height-wise.
Okay.
So maybe
And
like
I
3
can
feet tall?
I can try casting Thunderous Word again. At least knock some of them back to give you a little room to get the statue.
Yeah. You make the path and I'll run it. And he looks at Mori. If any of them get up, I've seen what you do with that crossbow.
I gotcha.
And
She
if I
also
die,
still has like a dagger that is on fire that she could use.
Yeah.
and I actually didn't go through and decide if Donnie had any weapons on him, so this is going to be awesome.
He has a stick.
You have the staff. That's technically a weapon, so
I do have the staff.
that's meleeable, as well as wizardable. Just for the record, there's a couple of wizard moves that are like you need a pointed wand or pointed item. Staff works. So.
Yep. All right.
So do the illusions have the stick?
Yeah, they would. But they wouldn't be able to attack with them. They have them.
Yeah.
So I have. This is so dumb, and please tell me if this doesn't work, because I totally get it if it doesn't.
Okay.
It's so dumb.
No, it's just dumb. If all three of us turned and held the stick in our mouths so we could run on all fours to be faster, in theory, could we bulldoze through the people?
Bulldozing requires you to be physically there. The illusions are just
Fair enough.
illusions. They would not be able to actually see you.
That is totally fair, so I'm not going to do that.
Not actually see you. Wouldn't actually be plowed down. So only the real version would be able to plow them down.
Okay, cool. But, I think he is going to... No, I'm going to wait till I'm through the door, because I don't want to get caught on it like a dog with too big of a stick. But yeah, if we're all good with this plan, I am ready to risk my life, and if I die, avenge me.
Fuck it, let's go.
All right.
All right. You head further in past the sprawled figures. One seems to be a regular sailor, and then obviously you've met the captain already. The captain is further hampered by the arrow in his legs, but he does try to like lunge at you, but he's too far away from where you're headed, especially since you can see him with your eyes being reprogrammed as such. You are able to go down the stairs to where your bird is waiting, perched atop the statue, and you see all of those eyes slowly turn to look at you away from the statue in the pitch darkness. And you see this figure of a woman, but the whole statue is like wrapped in red.
Like red cloth or
No, like red
red
smoke.
Okay. Can you see where it's coming from? Like where the smoke's emanating from?
It's
or
coming
no?
from the statue.
Like a specific part of it? Like is it coming
The
out
whole
like
thing.
the eyes? Oh,
Whole
damn.
thing. It's just kind of like oozing
Oh,
from.
damn.
If it had pores, it would be oozing from the pores.
Okay. Before anything happens, he gets ready and he takes off his wizard cloak. So I'm gonna remove my hood. He's like, okay. And just has it strewn across his hands like he's getting ready to like net something almost.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, okay, I'm ready.
All right. Booma.
All right.
That's gonna kill me every time.
Hang on, I said 14, so I need 7. I'm just picking up random ones. Oh, that rolled so good.
God damn it.
No.
One of them fully gets blasted across the room because he rolled a natural one. I'm going to say that the other 2 that it would be affected by are just knocked backwards. They're not knocked prone.
Okay.
But they are knocked backwards, so there is a window. The closest guy is the one that gets knocked across the room, so he kind of like pinballs into a couple of other guys, but he's knocked prone.
Ragdoll physics.
Yeah.
Donnie's gonna stash his stick on his back for this and run as fast as he can to tackle that statue with the cloak, so he's not actually going to be touching it.
Okay. You and your 2 doubles, the doubles mimic exactly what you're doing, but at a slight distance. So, you know, there are other things going for those. Let me reroll those. Oh my god. Are you joking?
Did you nat 20 again?
No. You just did the luckiest thing. Only one of the creatures is able to attack. And with a 16, it does in fact hit one of your illusory doubles. All of the rest of them lunge and miss whichever version of you they're going for. Because hang on, so that person rolled a 6, which was very low, which is why I rolled the second time. I have a 5, a 2, a 5, a 1, and a 1.
Oh my god.
And this was a 6. So, you should, if that had been helpful on the last roll, it would have been great. But you are able to get to the statue, no problem.
Okay.
Hayes, what do you want to do?
Well, I'm going to assist in removing the statue. Fairly bulky, Maurice is. So he's gonna scurry over on all fours and instruct Donnie, wedge it under my backpack so I can stay still, and I'll carry it.
Okay, so you're heading to the statue where Donnie just went.
Yes.
Oh my god. Really? Okay, so I need you to roll 4 times.
4. Okay. 1, 2.
Please
3.
let me know if
This
you
is-
roll lower than a 6.
This is good primetime TV.
And if you roll lower than a 10 on any of those.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
Oh no.
13, 13, 20, and a 9.
Okay, so I am going to say that all of them miss you, just for the sake of argument, because technically that 9
Oh,
would have been
fuck
caught
yes.
by that 10, but those are some pretty high rolls, so I'm going to say that you successfully avoid any of them trying to reach out and grab you. Because 3 of them rolled a 6 and 1 of them rolled a 10.
Oh, I'm unwell. Oh.
You were able to get to Donnie and instruct him where to wedge the statue.
Um, Donnie's going to wrap that statue up in his wizard cloak and do as Maury told him. Just shove that shit under his backpack.
And then he flexes his shoulders forward just to make sure there's an extra hole. And he's going to. This is a football term. He's going to gorilla crawl back towards the steps.
Okay.
Do you want me to go ahead of you just so, like, if they're lunging at me, it might make it so you can get past easier?
If you guys would like to go at the same time, I will roll for both of you.
Sounds good.
Unless,
Try to screen them.
Kristen, unless Widow would like to do anything in particular to aid them.
You can boomer them again.
I could boomer them again. Yeah, she's kind of like holding down like the area for exit. That was basically her plan. She was gonna create another opening.
Okay. Do you want to do boomer again?
Yeah, I'm gonna angle myself so I'm not in the direct line of them coming towards me.
Yeah.
Because it's an outward wave of wherever I'm standing, so I don't want them to get caught in it. So yeah, I'm gonna spend another 2 AP and yell boomer. Boomer!
Let's see if that one's cocked. Okay, all of them are knocked backwards. None of them are knocked prone, but they are knocked out of the way at least, for our friends to, more safely get back. I will just roll 3 dice instead of 6.
You know, it's better. It's better.
Okay.
I hope.
Hang on. I wanna... So 2 of them just straight up fucking miss.
To be fair, they're not themselves.
One of them takes a swing at you. We'll see if it hits you or your illusory double.
No.
It hits your illusory double. You are both able to make it through unscathed, but you are out of illusory doubles.
They did their jobs. Godspeed, soldiers.
They're gone. You can't even salute them. They ain't there anymore. They have disappeared into the darkness.
Oh, they're there in spirit.
And you now have the statue. Ooh, hang on. You hear shuffling from upstairs.
Nah, fuck.
Alright, so we got them out of the pit level. Now we gotta get through the rest.
Yes, and they are going to start coming after you from both directions now, so... What do you want to do?
Great.
I'm gonna cast 3 AP and cast Lawbringer. I'm just gonna reach my hand in the air, and you all are going to see like blue-green, like spectral light coalesce around my hand, and then you just see me grip a blue-green lidded hammer.
Okay.
Like I am Thor. And
you see this shit? You see this shit?
I see the shit.
I've got a dagger, a lidded fiery dagger in one hand, and a blue-green spectral hammer in the other. Let's do this.
Man, the goat really is a fox.
Let's go.
I will warn you, I believe you are now out of AP, so be careful.
Yeah, I'm at this point. I am solely just fighting, hoping I can win.
Tap out. All right, you're all kitted out. Donnie and Maury, what do you want to do?
Well, I'm low to the ground. I have a statue on my back. I'm gonna barrel forward.
Okay.
That's the best plan I got.
Are you just running for light at this point?
Scurrying for light, absolutely.
Okay. Are you guys all just gonna move as one unit, or do you want to move separately to try and like separate?
I think one
the
unit
focus?
would be ideal.
Donnie's gonna try and channel his inner Master Splinter to just monk shit, keeping people out of the way to clear the path, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's got a staff, so let's do some staff shit.
Okay, are you actually attacking?
kind
Because
of.
you can see them when you get upstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will actually, attack them.
Okay, do you want to attack the captain or the other pirate?
The captain.
Okay, captain it is.
I got a score to settle.
Give me a roll.
A debt to repay.
Dirty white dice or glittery green dice?
Glittery green.
Glitter.
I heard
Glittery
glitter.
green dice. It's a 4.
Well, that's good because
Oh,
you rolled
buddy.
a nat 1.
Oh, shit.
So you successfully, well, actually, I think technically a 4 is a failure, but he doesn't,
He failed worse.
he failed worse.
He doesn't retaliate.
So, he doesn't retaliate in any way, and you are able to, if you'd like to, keep moving, because you do have your movement as well as your action.
Yes. Oh! I'm also a dummy.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's only a single nearby creature. I forgot I had bamboozle, and I've watched that work before.
Yeah!
Shout out to Morgan.
Morgan loves bamboozle. We've used that a couple times.
Ow.
Kristen, what do you want to do?
I'm picking up the rear at this point, so if there's any nearby, I'm gonna swing the hammer.
Yeah, there's two. There's the solo pirate who's a little closer to the stairs, and then there's the captain who's a little further away from the stairs.
I'll go the solo pirate.
Okay.
Come on, Nat.
Come on,
Nat 20.
And let me know which weapon you're attacking with.
I'm attacking with the hammer, and I rolled a nat 20.
Let's go!
So you're attacking the solo pirate?
Yes. No, this is fantastic because because of that, if you roll a triumph when using the hammer, it releases a crackling boom and casts your thunderous word spell at the target.
Yep. So
Let's
on
go.
top of doing 6 damage this time with your natural 20, and a thunderous word, which does 2 damage, if I remember correctly, plus the prior thunderous word, which also did 2 damage, this guy is done. He's out. He's out cold. He ragdolls against a wall and is no longer a problem.
Stick a fork in him. He's done.
A mook.
Hey,
Let's
I
go.
would like you to give me a roll really quick to see if the captain tries to attack you on your way past.
6.
Oh, he has a 7, so he is going to try to attack you.
No.
Oh no. With a 19, he makes a swing and deals 2 damage to you. Very careful not to hit the statue.
Could we argue he hits my backpack?
I can check. He 5. No, he hits you.
Damn!
I'm gonna say he tries to go for like a leg or something like that. Just to slow you down because you're taking away his statue.
Oh, yes.
He's taking his statue away. He's mad.
Mad, so mad.
So mad.
So like,
I'm like,
it's just 2, it's not 4! Walk it off! Walk it off!
But you are also still able to continue moving, and you can also do an action on your turn.
right. Yeah, he's army crawling at that point. Using his knees to push him forward. And he's still breaking for daylight.
Yeah, and I would say as you're moving, you're getting closer to the stairs that leads back up into sunlight.
We say that Hamish stayed at the steps We didn't really discuss that earlier.
Hamish stayed on the top floor, so he's still there with you.
Okay. Good boy. All right.
Smart man. Good man. Smart man. Man wants to live.
He's just a kid.
He's just a baby.
He's a baby.
As we get up and closer, can I bamboozle that captain?
Yes, let me look up the text of bamboozle really quick.
I'm rereading it too, just to be on the safe side.
Bamboozle. You make a nearby creature mildly confused about a specific subject until you leave the area. For example, you can make a merchant confused about the value of their goods, a guard confused about who is authorized to pass, or a dog confused about whether he is a good boy. The confusion is lifted if you push the deception too far, like trying to trade a rock for a priceless item. Okay.
Spend that AP.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that you can bamboozle him, but he's not in his right mind, so it's a little trickier.
Okay, I'm trying to think how I want to bamboozle him. I almost, want to bamboozle him with mode of clarity, like, what the fuck are you doing, man?
Okay.
Because when you're not in your right mind, that moment of clarity is very jarring.
It does say about a specific subject.
Like, what was I doing? What were you doing? You were doing nothing. You were guarding that statue. Until someone else comes down. We're going up. You were looking for people coming down. We were going up.
And there's just smoke coming out of his mouth. But he doesn't seem to be attacking you at the current moment.
I'll take it. I'm running.
Especially as the others are starting to come up the stairs now. That's probably a good move. I'm going to say that you guys are able to make it up onto the deck with Hamish back into sunlight. You see a series of red eyes hovering in the smoke below as the package on your back still gives off that red mist, that red fog that's going on.
So should we break the statue? Would that work?
That's what I'm wondering. Can you do that with a hammer?
Can we close this off first?
At it. I mean, we could close the door. Is there a door? We could close them into
there's
the
a hatch. Hamish,
Hamish
closes the hatch and puts a bar in the locking mechanism just so that nothing can get out.
Nice.
Good lad.
But they don't seem to be coming into the light.
Okay.
Is smoke still emanating from it now that it's outside of the
yes,
under?
The smoke is still coming from it.
Is it reduced at all by being covered up?
A little bit. You can tell that it is a little bit covered up for sure. But you guys, it was a quick job. You didn't get all of the cracks and crevices. The implication being that whatever ship they took this thing off of probably had it wrapped a lot nicer than it currently is.
Right.
So when they took off that wrapping and it started smoking in that cargo hold, it was giving off whatever mist this was that probably messed with them. What do you want to do?
Do we want to try breaking it? Do we want to try maybe I don't know.
The only thing I'm worried about that is pollution and shit. Because if you dump that in the water, the smoke's gonna go through the water, then you're gonna have fucking possessed shocks and shit.
That would be bad. I don't want to piss off the mermaids.
Sure. Oh no.
No, I saw that one in the fucking tent. Yikes.
There's mermaids?
Oh yeah.
You didn't see the one that was in the tank back at the festival?
No, I heard about it, but I didn't think it was an actual mermaid. Was it a mermaid?
Yeah. Fucking wild looking too.
I don't want a pissed off mermaid.
Yeah, that thing looked like something you'd find out at Montauk. You don't want to fuck with that. My kidney is trying to fall out of me.
Oh, I can
Maurice
fix
is
that.
taking off his
And
backpack.
Hamish, who you have not seen show any skills yet, does a mend on your side where you were slashed by the captain.
Oh,
Which I
kid.
believe does 5 HP. It might be 4 HP. Hang on.
Does.
Either way,
It's 5. It
It's
is
5.
5 because
he fixes up your wound.
I'm back at full health. It's like, oh, kid. Oh, kid, you're so good. Get off this fucking ship, please.
Look
You
at
don't
my
deserve the
family.
abuse.
They've looked after me since I was little. You know what? My parents, like many kids my age, my parents died of the Red Plague. So when they found me in the ports, I needed work and they needed a ship's boy. It was a good arrangement, and they've been good to me. Maybe not so good to everyone else, but they've been good to me.
All right, as long as they're good to you, well, you're gonna need to mend your captain after this. He took a few pot shots, but self defense.
I'm sure my captain's had worse days than today. He's had a long,
Hey,
storied life.
he is a pirate. All right,
He is.
so another worry I have with breaking the damn thing is the smoke is leaching out slowly. If we break it, does a whole big caboodle thing come out of it?
Fair point. We could try to rewrap it, and I could secure it with some rope that I have.
Do that, and maybe we could take it to like a priest or something in the city. There's temples galore in there.
Yeah. I mean,
Right?
yeah.
Right?
And if all else fails, smash it with a hammer.
And you do have that hammer.
You do have that hammer. The hammer does work.
Well, I don't know what we could use. We don't have a lot of extra sails going spare because, they're kind of important, but maybe there's something in the captain's quarters we could use? But that means we should probably leave it outside because we don't want the smoke in an enclosed space to affect us, right?
Exactly. Right. Smart kid.
Yeah.
And I do eventually want my cloak back.
Yeah, okay. And the ship's boy knows where to find the keys. He's the guy. He knows how to do all the little caretaking things. He does the cleaning up, the washing up, the scrubbing.
I am so drawing him here.
He's just a little guy. And he knows all the chores on the ship that needs to be done. That he can't necessarily physically do the bigger things like climbing up the rigging and things like that, but he can do the little stuff. So he jumps over, grabs the keys, unlocks the captain's quarters. It's fucking great in there. Bought lots of bits and bobs, cool things he's picked up over a storied life of adventure. Random things hanging from the rafters. It's a great cabin. But you can see there's a number of blankets and things laid out on the captain's bed. And Hamish goes, "Would these work?"
Yes.
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 He tosses you. I guess that probably the heaviest one, probably the comforter. Along with a smaller single sheet, just to try to wrap it up better.
What's the thread count on this? This is glorious.
I don't know. We steal it from people. We don't buy it. I don't think they usually ask the thread count of the people we're stealing from.
Man, I gotta start stealing shit.
To be honest, it's very lucrative. You get a lot of money.
You guys in the market for a ship's rat? You in the market for a ship's rat?
Oh, I can talk to the captain.
We're all gonna become pirates.
Let's take care of this first, and then we'll talk career.
So you guys, I would assume, spend some time wrapping the statue up as tightly as you can until you stop seeing mist come out of it, so there's no more fog coming out of it.
Is there a fancy pirate hat that I can steal?
Oh, let me see. I'm gonna use my sparkly
This would be the place.
You don't currently see one.
Can I see if I see one?
Sure. Actually, why don't you guys roll? Why am I rolling? You guys roll to see if you can find a fancy captain's hat.
It's a 5. I have gone 3, 4, 5 with each subsequent roll I have made.
You don't see one. Hamish didn't see one. That's going to be the 3 that I rolled.
I rolled a 14.
I rolled a 7. I'm sorry, bud.
So a 14 is a success. You are able to find a captain's hat with a nice fluffy plume.
I take my bucket hat off and then I look at it and then I look at my dagger and I go and it goes out. And I just cut little slits for my ears and then I put it on and my ears.
Nice.
Amazing.
Glorious.
Looking
Glorious.
good. Looking good. Yeah, you were born to be a pirate.
Now bedecked and with statue wrapped, you start to notice that little by little, as you sit and wait, the smoke down there starts to dissipate because the source of it's no longer down there. And sooner rather than later, you start to hear more coherent voices. And at first, they sound really garbled, like saying things that don't make sense, like hoist the mast. Bring down the rigging. Like, just random, like, things that you might hear in Skyrim from a pirate ship. But without any context, because they can't do anything with the rigging. But as things start happening, you start noticing all of them congregating closer and closer to the light. And finally, somebody starts trying to open the door that you have barred shut.
What do you think? Do we let them out, or do they need to be in timeout a little while longer? Think about what they did.
I mean, if all else fails, I got a hammer.
You do have the hammer. All right. Looks at Hamish. I think right now you're the man in charge. What do you say?
Well, they are my family, but I don't want them to hurt anyone else.
Okay. Hold on. So, Maurice limps a little bit towards the hatch door, and he calls out in the most steady voice that he can, "Ahoy! Who's awake down there?"
This is your Captain Kramer. Why am I down here?
Because you tried to take my kidney without sedation.
What?
How are you feeling, Captain?
Annoyed. Open the door.
I'd say that's fair.
He's still standing like. He makes one wrong move, I'm going for the shins.
Okay.
You know what I'm level with to hit. Don't test me.
I'm unlatching the door. Don't be hasty. Savvy?
Aye, savvy.
Did they just...
Captain,
It's the
Captain,
programming.
they're good. I brought them to help. Hamish. What do you mean, Hamish? Do you open the door?
Yeah. I'll open the door slowly. And then, hoist it, easing it open. But making sure Hamish is the first guy they see, though.
So you guys are all just cowering behind Hamish after you open this door?
Well,
no, I'm cowering in front of him.
Standing tall with a hammer by my side, Captain Hat all in hand, ready for a fight. There's no cowering. I'm standing tall.
There's a little rat in front of this pig man, just like.
The captain limps up the staircase on a rather ruined leg, as it has had damage done to it by our ranger, which he does not remember, or seemingly does not, because there's no seeming hostility aside from, why am I trapped in my own cargo hold? What's going on?
Yes.
Why does my leg hurt?
His beard is still twisty. It's still kind of, the ends are still kind of singed looking, but his eyes are no longer red, and he is very large, very tall, still ominous even in daylight, and he peers down at all of you much significantly like 2 or 3 feet taller than all of you, I'm gonna say. Depending on how tall you actually are, because we haven't established that. And he says, well, who might you be? And kind of cranes his neck down.
Are you asking for my name, or are you asking what you can call me?
Frankly, I don't care. And he kind of brushes past you and looks at Hamish and says, Hamish, why are my
That's
quarters
good.
open?
Borrowed a blanket.
Well, sir, it seems to me the idol that we took off of that ship out at sea might have been slightly cursed, sir, and you were kind of crazed, sir. So we borrowed your blankets, and I will buy you new ones with some of the non-cursed treasure down in the hold, if that's all right, sir.
You can try stealing you another one. I'm liking the idea of stealing something soon.
He would like to join the crew, sir, if you are so inclined, and she would like to keep your hat, sir. And this gentleman, I don't know what he wants, but they all helped break all of you free of the horrible curse of the enchantment on the statue. So, and he kind of gestures to the rewrapped statue.
What he said.
Yeah. Well, he said.
And I want to put in my plea for my part on this ship. Ship's cats, gauche, overdone, too traditional. You want to stand out, you want to be different, you get a ship's rat.
At this rate, where he goes, I go.
Well, I suppose we can come to terms. If it is true. Hamish, can you see to this leg? Something's happened to my leg. And kind of hobbles over to something to sit on. And Hamish casts Mend again to fix up the captain's leg. So he isn't walking like he's got a peg leg, which he does not have. He has 2 regular legs.
Johnny pulls his cloak a little tighter around himself, around the side that got cut. He's like, still feel that thing trying to get back into place.
And you see, after Hamish is done, he pats Hamish on the head, like he's a good little boy, and gives his tusk a little tug and says, you're getting so big. So big. One of these days, kid, you're gonna be a real sailor. A real sailor. And goes...
Damn it, that's cute!
The rest of the sailors start coming up, with the exception of the one guy that is totally unconscious, which they take to the infirmary.
They don't look at it, Widow, like, we don't know anything. You didn't do nothing, I didn't do nothing. We don't know shit about that.
They don't have any proof.
Don't say nothing. They don't have to know.
They don't need to know shit.
One of the guys starts asking Hamish, what happened to Marcy over there? What totally passed out? What happened? Hang on. Hamish sees all of you looking concerned, and Hamish goes, I think he fell down the stairs. Just real hard double wink.
Did you just blink at me?
A wink, wink. Not a
Wink,
blink.
wink.
Okay.
Wink, wink.
He said double wink, and I was like, does that mean he blinked at me?
No, he winked twice.
Okay.
Boink, boink.
And it seems that you guys have gotten off scot-free. However, you are now trapped on a pirate ship.
Are we trapped on the pirate ship, or is the pirate ship stuck with us?
Hamish goes and tries to negotiate with the captain your safe return to land, as well as maybe a boon for the 3 of you to cash in, if you would so choose. What do you ask as your boon from this captain? Your favor owed, your requested prize. Obviously, one of you has a hat already. That the captain kind of mutters. The captain kind of mutters, "Shit, that was my favorite hat." But
Well, I know what my boon is. I got a hat.
Come on, Captain. You telling me you ain't skilled enough to steal another, maybe even grander hat, bigger feather, maybe with some gold thread in the brim? I think you're more than capable. Click, click.
Well, I hear you want to be a pirate on board our Black Jester, as it were.
That's such a good name. It's such a good name. That'd make an amazing tattoo. Yes.
Now, here's the thing. We can only accept men of 0 morals. And women. We don't discriminate. Non-binary people too. Trans, we don't care. No morals though. Can you do that?
Let me think. Yeah.
And you?
No
And he
hesitation.
looks at Widow and Maurice.
I mean, yeah.
Well,
I got a hammer.
Wait a second. Clarification's sake here. Now, obviously, everybody who's not part of the crew, fuck them. But what about as far as, like, the boys on the boat?
I mean,
Can we be good to them?
we're good to our own. We kill everybody else.
Hell yeah, I'm on board.
Also, breakfast is served at 6 a.m. You gotta be up for duty every morning at like 5.
That's sleeping in for me. That's sleeping in
Lights
for
out
me.
at 7 p.m. on the dot. You're louder than that. We put you in the brig.
Guaranteed bedtime. This is getting better and better.
I did always want to be a pirate. This sounds like fun.
Do you guys sing shanties when you're working? Is that a real thing?
That's a real thing. We do that. Some other pirate does. Tells you off to the side.
This just gets better and better. Hurry, come on. Come on.
Come on,
you okay
Maurice.
with a bounty hunter being a part of your crew?
Oh, what?
Maurice is a
Sure.
bounty
But wait, no. First, before we swear you in, you gotta get a pirate name.
pirate?
You said your name's
Ooh.
Maurice. What about murderous Maurice? And
That's
deadly
so
Donnie?
hot.
And Black Widow?
I like it. I like it a lot.
Can I be Disaster Don?
Disaster Dawn it is.
Disaster Don.
Welcome aboard.
Yeah.
Sign here. And he brings out contracts, essentially, stating what benefits you'll get from prizes.
Trying to get like a rabble rouse, just like tunk tunk.
After you have signed your agreements to join the crew of the ship, indicating that you can leave at any time you so choose, with, a percentage of the spoils of whatever they get, as any good pirate would, beholden to no government, the captain says, well, with this statue well in hand, I suppose there's only one place for us to go. To Terinia. And he directs the crew to turn the ship well away from Starlight City.
Well,
As long as that thing stays wrapped,
Huzzah!
we can make it, and we can make it somebody else's problem if we attack another ship.
All right.
good point.
Congratulations, we did a one-shot, gang.
Hey!
Spur of the moment.
You boys are
V
fine.
is amazing. V is amazing. V is
It's
amazing.
amazing.
That was a masterclass in ad-libbing what the hell we were doing. Oh my god.
That was
did it,
fantastic. I was terrified the entire time.
I mean,
Same.
if you die,
understand what we're doing.
if you die, at least it's a one-shot, right?
Yeah, no, perfectly fine.
But I want to bring up, these characters are now alive in the world.
They are now alive in the world. There was a pirate ship called the Black Jester that has a little boar child who's crewing on the ship. He's just a little guy. with some
Just a little guy.
scary pirates that are nice to the crew but hates everybody else.
Hates everybody else.
I too love Our Flag Means Death.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you guys for.
Oh my god.
Oh, I was going to say, well, thank you guys for playing tonight. We will go ahead and call it here because it's about 10:15. But I hope we see you guys next week. Hopefully for Digitized Heroes. This was insane. Thank you for coming along.
This was fantastic.
Wonderful. This was fantastic.
The players who couldn't make it tonight are gonna have a hell of an episode to watch.
Yeah,
so
absolutely. Because originally we thought we'd have enough players to do this, and then more and more people kept dropping out. I was like, okay, cool. We'll pivot. We'll see what we can do, because the other option was movie night. So, but we'll see you guys next week for Digitized Heroes. Yeah. Good night.
See you next time.
Night.
Bye.
Bye. Mwah.